Arsenal 2. Listen to that 2. They only scored 2, not the 4. Spurs 2.
And finally,
You sat on the fence and took the splinters, but it's just deserved.
Well, I called it how I saw it, bro. I called it how I saw it. And I said, there's not going to be much in it. And on the day, form goes out the window. And there was a reason why Song was talking with his chest before the game, because he had that belief. He knew something we didn't. And they kept themselves composed throughout the game, I must say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They tried to stick it on us, but they had no answer. Do you know what I mean?
It's really weirdly, like, our big players that we thought were going to be big today. Yeah, Maddison and some were big in the end and were vital.
Yeah.
But they weren't the best players on the pitch.
No, they weren't.
And that's been, I think it's been the players like Brennan Johnson was really good. Just
really good.
wasteful.
Really good.
Vicario.
What a keeper. I can't believe I'm saying that.
We've got a keeper on our hands.
Top performance.
Right? Porro. Again, nothing came from his side today.
Nothing. Zero.
Right? Admittedly, Jesus' chance was down to him not tracking, but brilliant.
Yeah.
Romero, unlucky.
Unlucky Romero.
You're going to take it as unlucky.
You know what? Romero wasn't like, he's like, you know when he's rash and he does his, because that's what people expect him.
Yeah,
they were expecting him to do a silly challenge like rushing.
But his game.
Yeah.
Did he have any sniff today?
No, quiet. Couldn't see him.
Couldn't see him.
St. Patrick ghost. I couldn't see him. Like, you know, Patrick Swayze ghost, you know? Like, I couldn't see him. It's mad.
Van der Ven, my man of the match.
Yeah.
I don't know about you.
Yeah, for me as well. For me, he looks solid.
You doggy. First half an hour was a
shaky.
Bit shaky. No, it was shaky.
Shaky.
And to be fair, this is where Arsenal got most of their joy from his side.
Yeah.
Because we were allowing Saka too much.
Yeah.
And I don't know why Arsenal stopped doing it.
Yeah.
It's like after 30 minutes.
It's like they forgot.
They forgot that it was getting...
But you know what it was? It's because we stepped up. It's because we got in midfield. We started... And that's the reason why they weren't able to do that anymore. And that gave him confidence. And then he started like beating the press. He started dribbling the ball. And I think that's Spurs' biggest strength, actually dribbling. Yeah. Like when we carry the ball up the pitch, Udogie can do it. Van der Ven can do it at times. Yeah. Basuma can do it. Maddison can do it. Son can do it. Brendan Johnson can carry the ball. I'm not talking about dribbling. I'm actually just talking about carrying the ball. And I think that's one of our biggest strengths.
Midfield 3 though. Basuma.
Yeah.
Actually, he grew into the game.
He did grow into the game.
I thought he started a bit nervously.
He did. You know what it was with Basuma for me? I think defensively sound, but for on the ball, I think on the ball he wasn't the greatest. He made a few mistakes. There was a few like teething issues right there. Normally, he's on the half turn and then we're up the pitch. Do you know what I mean? I think that was their gameplay.
He did a lot of that in the last 10, 15
minutes. Yeah, last 10, 15 minutes. He came into Oldham. Yeah.
He did really well.
Exactly. I just think they had a game plan. Yeah. And when we were playing out the back, they literally were trying to squeeze him. And that's what like kind of rattled them a little bit. But yeah, go on, sorry.
No, but I agree with what you said about defensively because again, Odegaard.
Where was he?
Where was he today?
Missing, Madeline.
He was like, Basuma had him literally in his pocket. He didn't really do much, right?
Yeah.
And if we look at the game as a whole, even when chances Arsenal had, they weren't like last year, they were all coming from Odegaard. Everything Odegaard. Both games.
Yeah.
Today, it was Saka, and as soon as we shut Saka up, kind of scenario, everything was our own mistakes.
Yeah, because Rice, baby.
He was not. If you looked at Basuma and Rice today, you would have said Basuma should be in that 11.
Yeah, for me, 100%. Because Basuma didn't. I mean, Rice didn't put a lid on Maddison, in my opinion.
To be honest, Arsenal's best player today in that midfield 3 was Vieira.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they were getting most joy from him.
And the Tinkerman took him off.
And if he ain't got an injury, it was surprising.
He just overthought it. He's an overthinker. That's how I see it. He thought, let me, I think it's because they had the lion's share of the possession in the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then it came back onto us. And then we got the lion's share of possession of the last 20 minutes. And that's when he started getting rattled. And he's like, oh, how can I change it so we get possession back? And that's why he took him off.
It's going to be quite interesting. His post-match comments are going to be quite interesting to see how he saw that game because I think Ange saw it. We'll see it completely different, and it'd be quite funny if any of them have a go at the ref.
Don't you think Maddison drifted off to the right quite a bit as well? Like at times he drifted off to the right at times, and he kind of picked up the ball in certain areas.
That's where the goal came.
That's what I'm saying. That's where the goal come from, and that's where I think that's why he was like, maybe I take Vieira off because defensively he wasn't. He let Maddison ghost a little bit there. And so, but I thought Vieira was doing well at the initial press. Do you know what I mean? And I thought Odegaard was doing well in initial press. But it's like I said before, once you beat that,
it's once the ball actually came to them and they were on it.
Yeah,
is where they were actually both quite poor.
Yeah.
But Sarr, mate, Is he our little star boy?
Star boy.
He played really well. I know I wanted him to come off, but it weren't because of how he was playing.
It was the yellow cards, the progressing, protection, the rest of it.
Yeah, I wanted to protect him. But second half he still played well. And he laid some beautiful passes.
He did. Somewhat a bit techie, but I get it. Like, long ball, that long ball he did, I was like, and I've seen him do it before, so I knew that's in his locker. But
I thought all our subs that came on didn't play well.
No, they didn't really impact the game.
Yeah, I did. Like, even Solomon, I thought could have been a bit more on it. I think it broke up everything as soon as we made the sub.
He defensively, actually, to be fair to him, I think he did well to track back. To get back and win balls back.
Kulu, I thought played well.
I thought Kulu was a star, man.
I thought
Kulu played really well.
It's going to be quite interesting because a lot of people said he played well last week, and I thought he was poor last week.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, against Sheffield United. I thought everything he did on the ball was quite poor, but I thought today he was a lot better.
I think that just isolating this game, I can't see like much he did wrong.
No, I can't see much. I even think the balls that he played and everything like that was to the right man. Like, I don't think it was indecisive. I think
he wasn't.
The right point. And even
kept it very simple.
Yeah, he kept it
laser off. And that's what you need.
Yeah, it reminded me of him last year.
Yes.
He's 6 months under contract.
Decision making, first touch. And you know what it is of him? His strength helps to keep you up the field because you give the ball into it, sticks into him like a striker. It's almost like a striker. You know, like we used to give it to Harry Kane and Harry Kane would protect the ball well.
We didn't need his pace.
Yeah, we didn't. We needed to let someone, like, if you get the ball high up, they're able to hold it and then the rest of the players can run off him and join the attack. And I think he did really well. But go on, sir.
I was going to say, and then Son.
That's what I was going to say as well.
To be fair to Son, it was one of them for me. He didn't do anything special.
He didn't.
But
clinical.
He was doing what a striker should bloody
do.
You just put it in the net, mate.
Just put it in the net. Keep the critics quiet.
And actually, when he came off, we looked a bit dead.
Yeah, he did. It was the threat. The threat wasn't the same.
Yeah, because you look at that ball. Let's take that.
There were some balls that were in behind.
And it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But no, Son did what he had to do.
And you know what as well, just to add to that, I'm glad that Son came off. No, I wasn't, but I was, because at the same time, as bad as it was, you need your players to have that full rest going into Liverpool. Maddison a little knock. I need him to have that rest. Even
it's gonna be interesting if he's not ready. I thought Gio was back in training though, so
maybe he gets a look.
Week,
and then also with Johnson, I'm glad they took him off straight away because the hammy one is like, it's touch and go.
But 50 million, all right, was wasteful in front of goal.
But he was a threat.
He was a constant
when it comes to like goal creation, just him being there, him taking a shot. Keep it deflects it.
Can I just stop you there because I've just seen the stats come up. 13 shots each.
Yeah. Each?
Yep. 6-5 on target, 6 in Arsenal's favour. The expected goals, I'm not even going to talk about that. That's rubbish. Touches in the opposition box, they had 32, we had 20. Now, it'd be quite funny to compare that to how we were last year.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to have a look. Yeah.
But no, that I think that
tells you everything you need to know.
And that's why it was 2-2.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Arsenal fans will come out of that and go...
Because I expected them to have more of the ball.
Yeah.
Because they're at home. Do you know what I'm saying? And they are like, they're longer into their build, if that makes sense. So I expect them to in possession at times, they're going to, and for us from building out the back, you can tell that against top teams, we kind of struggle a little bit. But when we get our moments, I feel like we take them. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that's the difference.
Yeah, do you know what's really weird? Because I was listening to the radio before I got here, and they were saying, right, because the odds on us to win today was crap.
Yeah.
But they did say the one thing about Spurs is that they will take their chances. They're not. It's not like we're missing a bunch of chances. I know we're saying Johnson was wasteful. But actually, when you look at how many chances we had and on target, we must have scored half.
For me, see Johnson, I'm not worried about him missing chances. I think because he's 22, isn't he? Yeah. He just turned 22 as well this year. So I honestly think with I look at someone like, you know, when Salah was at Roma and he wasn't the same finisher when he first came to Liverpool. He actually he got a big house, he built a garden, he built goals, and he used to set up targets everywhere, and he practiced. If Johnson wants to be an elite striker, I'm not saying he's going to be Salah, no way, but I'm just saying if he wants to get to that level, he needs to be practicing
hitting that target.
And do
you know, it's one of them things. You have your natural finishers in the game, right?
Yeah, correct.
Who are great, and they don't need to do much, but you have other strikers that just need to practice hitting a target.
That's it.
It does become it's
second nature.
It's become second nature, and you actually can.
My brother, you hit the nail on the head.
I've done it. I've been there.
Nail on the head. And that's the only thing I would say about him, because we're saying, and when we did the analysis on him, we were saying like, raw, he gets in good positions, but he just doesn't finish his dinner a lot. And some strikers, I remember like Ings was like that. Ings used to get into so many positions and hundreds of chances and didn't finish it.
No, because I used to get told that I wasn't calm enough when I got in front of goal, and that used to be. When I was younger, that used to be the way I used to be quiet.
Right.
I used to be the finisher because I used to be quite calm. And the older I got, I started to try and rush it. Yeah. But actually, when people start saying that's not how you used to be, take it back a notch. And that's what I did. Yeah. So that's why I can understand that bit with Johnson, because actually if he goes and does
he's young.
If he can score that many goals in the Championship, right?
Oh yeah, he's got a bag full.
He can at least get 10 or 11 in the Premier League.
Definitely.
I always say that.
And do you know what? That left-hand side, because last week he played on the right. I think either wing suits him, to be fair. I didn't mind him on that left. I
thought, and he stretched White.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, White had to think, and actually I don't think White really coped with him.
I think Porro was a better player than White, and Arsenal fans were hounding me. I said Porro over White. Do you know what stick I got? I remember I went into football. Oh, bruv, can you believe he said, Porro over White? I remember when I was doing a live and one brother come on my stream and he was like, what? How have you got Porro over White?
I tell you now, there's a couple players in that 11 in the Spurs. Because everyone, like most pundits even said, right? There was a few that didn't on Arsenal, but said Son was the only player.
Yeah, only player.
Was the only player, right?
Disrespectful.
Which I tend to kind of agreed with, right? There was a couple others I could make shouts for, but after today, your doggy is 10 times better than Zinchenko. I don't care what anyone says now.
He is.
Right? If that is Saka against Zinchenko,
he's running them up.
He's running them.
He's running them up.
Yeah. Right. Van der Ven.
Yeah.
He's made a shout to actually being
Van der Ven was quality.
Yeah. It shows you that nobody out there is rating him.
Quality.
Right? Basuma was good. He was better than Rice today, but I can understand if you look at
There's an argument.
There's an argument.
There's an argument.
There's a bigger picture.
There's an argument.
Right? But I think Arsenal saw, if you Maddison today, who you've marked out, compared to an Odegaard who's marked out and who's had a bit more of an influence on the game.
Maddison all day for me.
Yeah. So is Maddison stepping up? And Odegaard's actually not. He's actually going backwards now instead of actually going forwards.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think Saka, who I've not rated this season, was probably their danger man.
Yeah,
and that's
where he was the difference for them.
He was the difference.
He was.
Because even their corner, he took the corner.
Yeah.
And he's put it in a bloody dangerous area.
Yeah.
Dangerous area, which has allowed whoever, I can't remember who took the shot. But a minute and 27 seconds later, the man, because the Rice had to come off.
Yeah.
But you see how calm it was as well.
Yeah.
We didn't actually get to see it. We didn't get to see the passage of play because it was on the replay. But we're watching it now. And we win the ball back.
Yep.
From Arsenal get the ball straight into Jorginho. He slips.
And you know what as well? It's the pressing I like. The pressing intent.
How we got at Sheffield United.
Exactly. And that's where you force the mistakes, you force the errors. Because they were doing it to us. But when we did it back to them, they didn't like it. And then that's what happens. That's where you create chances for yourself. And the same could happen to any team, any top team, and you press them well enough, they're human at the end of the day. It's 11 v 11. We're gonna get in their heads. They're gonna make mistakes, and when they get that chance, and that's what I was saying. That initial press, it might not like we win the ball, but it's the pass afterwards, or it might go off for a throw. Do you understand? So don't worry about it. Don't worry if it doesn't happen straight away. And I thought Song was really pressing really well from the front.
I thought the whole team pressed really well, and I think that's what got
I thought Maddison pressed quite well. I
think as a team, that's why I said to you when we got to 2-2, I wanted to win. Because actually,
you could believe it. You can see it now. You can see it.
That second half, between that 45 minutes and to the 60, 70. Until those subs were made,
there was a winner there.
There was a winner there.
There was a winner there.
I could sense
we could smell blood.
But then that last 10 minutes, because of the subs and everything, it started to swing in their favour. And I was the 2 goals came from mistakes from us.
It just goes to show though, like, I'm not saying this January window we need to like do mad business, but like one or two come summer, and that bench could be improved, and then we can bring on a bit more quality.
It's going to be interesting to know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know we're talking about January already, but even like if you're
talking about summer, I'm even talking about summer just to improve.
It'd be interesting to see where we are,
because he's only had one window. Do you know what I mean? So one window.
But after that today, if you're not a Big Ange and in Big Ange we trust. That game should have been actually, let's trust.
Nah, he did.
It doesn't even matter. Do you know what? The result next week couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Actually, going forward, you can see something in this team now.
like for me, I'm looking at Big Ange and I'm looking at the substitutions that he brought on at the time he brought on. He had no choice, but even so, I still think he made them at the right time.
Yeah.
Because it was on a knife edge.
It was on a knife
and
edge,
it's like, make it too early and that's it. They win the game. Do you know what I mean? And he's constantly watching, he's constantly thinking. But unlike Arteta, I think Arteta panics more. Where because he just seems a lot more calmer, and I think that's why they lost the game. Yeah. I think tactically, Arteta got it wrong.
I think his subs were all wrong.
Yeah, I think they're all wrong.
I think they played into our hands.
Yeah,
and that's why I thought we could get the third. I actually felt like we could have gone out and actually got that third.
Yeah,
I'm actually a bit disappointed that we didn't get the third. I'm actually sitting there going, why am I disappointed? We just drew 2-2.
Yeah, you got that kind of feeling like,
Even when they got the penalty and everything, they didn't really deserve it.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Right? They didn't. I was so like, and when we both said, there's another goal in this for us. But we weren't expecting it so early.
There was a chance, there was a chance where...
But it was when Son hits the side net.
Yeah, hits the side net, and that's what I want to talk about.
But,
and even there's another chance where Porro almost gets across. Do you see that bit as well?
So
where Porro almost gets...
It was there.
And it was like...
Look, Arsenal had their chances too.
No, I'm not getting twisted. No, I'm just saying. It was just like the fine margins, the fine lines that you talk about elite sport, elite competition, the difference between winning and losing. And like, at that point, before, we weren't getting the rub of the green. Like, every decision, every bad mistake was going against us. Passing backwards, deflections, penalties. They got all of it. Do you know what I mean? They had the home crowd. And I think the home crowd has a massive play in that because, like, does Romero stick his hand out if he's at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? Yeah. Does he do that deflection? Do you know what I mean? Does it? Those little things, like his body's, he's sticking his leg out like unnaturally. He's sticking his hand out unnaturally. But when you're in an environment that's your home, are you doing unnatural things in your home environment? And that's why I think over the seasons gone by, they've had the rub of the green. They've had they've ended up winning in because it's small things like that. And I even said on prior shows, I said, if we cut out mistakes, we can do something special here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
and that's what it came down to.
No, it was good. It was good. Like
entertainment, it was good.
I don't know. I can't speak to all Spurs fans, but I reckon a lot of us are looking at that game and we're proper happy in the way and not the way it ended. Well, not even. It
was a great result.
It was a great point.
It was a great point.
It was a great point because we played well.
Good performance.
The only things that cost us were our own mistakes, really.
Yeah.
And literally. If that's where you're at.
Yeah.
You're not going to make mistakes, especially the way we're playing. We're not going to make mistakes.
Remember, Arsenal have spent like 620 million plus. 620 million plus. They're meant to be going for the title. These are meant to be like one of the title favourites. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. They have meant to beat us 4-1, 4-2, 5-1. I've heard it all. Even from Spurs fans, I'm hearing 2-1, 3-1, 4-2.
But we didn't play. One thing I just wanted to say, we didn't actually play the way we thought Ange was going to play.
Yes, and I like that. I like that he surprised us because he's like the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, he surprised us because you didn't see one thing you didn't see, right, and which you've seen in other games, right, and it's probably why Van der Ven played really well. But Van der Ven and Romero usually bong.
Yeah. That's right. But one was sit.
And they didn't do that today.
Yeah. Right? One was sitting, one sat and one pushed. It reminded me of the Celtic. Yeah. Do you remember Celtic where Carter Vickers used to sit and then one would push on, and it was like one that was like a sweeper.
And Vicario, Porro and Udogie. Yeah. They wanted to, probably more down to the way Arsenal played, but they wanted to push further forward. Yeah. Right? And they did at times, right, when Porro got to the right.
Just wasn't allowed to.
But they wasn't allowed to, but they still managed to. But everything else was still kind of the same. Yeah. But I thought Basuma was disciplined.
He was. Basuma was disciplined. That's the key.
That was the tweak.
Yeah, yes.
Right? So he sat there and go, we're going to play the same way, but it was a tweak. Yeah. Right? And if you watch the game back, and I think that's why we played so well, because he did tweak it. Yeah. Right? And I know a lot of people are going to go, where's Paul Merson now? Yeah. But Paul Merson said if we play like we did before, like we have done, then we
did call it, and we said it before the game as well.
But he actually said they need to play count. We said counter but we didn't need to actually because that surprised us. We didn't need to play. We just had a little tweak in that midfield and defence, which meant that we could still play the football.
And I wouldn't even say counter attack necessarily. I'd say play more direct.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'd say like, because at times you're able to play front-footed. You're able to get.
The fact they were so calm. And even when they were doing
at the back, especially,
right. We're not sitting there panicking, going, "Oh my god, don't do that."
I was calm with it. I was still calm with it, even though like in the first half,
Madison got caught.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not meant to be there.
Exactly.
But the others, Vicario, Romero, Van Ven, all of them, Bissouma, actually on the ball. Brilliant. Actually, to be honest, it's one of them. It's a positive performance.
Very positive.
The only thing that let us down, as we've said, is mistakes. It's the big thing, isn't it?
Always. But I mean, as this team gels, and as we go on and we have more tests, I think this team will grow and mature, and you'll see less and less of that, and they'll get used to those big game moments and the big game pressures, and they'll be able to step up. But yeah, I just really want to mention again, like this young team, they're so young. And inexperienced, and they really did step up. I was really impressed.
Inexperienced? No, they're good, mate.
They're not inexperienced no more.
Yeah, they got that. Liverpool next week.
They said they're inexperienced now. You get me?
No, but brilliant.
But you get what I'm trying to say. You feel me? Yeah, like you smell me. But yeah, man, big up Spurs. And I think today Spurs fans can big up their chest, because a lot of the times. Man's a meaty fans. I don't want to be meaty no more. I mean, I think Arsenal gonna win. I think if we go at them, like we can at times go at them, and we're clinical. Do you know what I mean? We've got enough quality to punish teams, and it doesn't matter what team it is as well. Do you know what I mean?
For me, and hopefully everyone in the chat, if you're all there, Big Ange we trust.
Big Ange we trust 100%.
Yeah, let's get through the next couple of months, and hopefully we're all going to enjoy it now. That's it now. There's no more games for us. Like we don't care enough about Chelsea to listen. No, it's not a rivalry like today. It's not a North London.
I can
derby.
Talk about this game for the next 3 or 4 days until Liverpool come again.
But
I'm happy.